So it's a beautiful morning. Even though off in the distance it looks like a storm could be coming at some point during the day. But the sun cracks over the edge and light fills a room inside Highborn University. It is a room where a certain tiefling has been snuggled up to a pillow in comfort, maybe for the first time in her entire life. The pillow is dried and rough from tears all night that have dried. The sun hits her face and she rolls over and sits up, almost forgetting where she's at. For the first time in a long time. There's a roof over her head and there's still food in the fruit bowl, and she has a door that sits in front of her. The one thing that didn't, this door is changing shape to match the personality of the person in the room. What would you like on your door? What would be something that would be uniquely you? That's your room. It's been shaping through night. You just came in and plopped down, so you didn't look at it. So it was changing. So now it's like associated.
This is kind of cool. Everybody gets to choose their own door.
Mine's a tree with my family crest hanging off of it. I know. I was just saying. Like,
your door
to give you an
will
example.
look like what you like. Mine looks like a red book with my symbol on
I don't know. What do you want the most?
Yeah, it's like, what do you want? Like
You want it to look like
it could be like a desire. It could, it could pop a home up if that's something what you
I want a
want.
home.
So what happens? It shapes and it turns and it looks like a cottage, a nice
Purple.
house. Well, it's wood. The door is wood or whatever, but it has a purple hue. What is it? Mahogany. Mahogany. That has a purple hue to it. If you like.
Yes, mahogany.
It's so it's like your house that you wish like to maybe have one day. And upon that door, again, it didn't look like that when you came in. There was a knock upon the door. So at this point, you go and open it, of course, and there is a well-dressed lady standing at the door, and it says one of the top teachers would like to extend an invitation to you before classes start and talk to you with your experiences yesterday. They'd like to apologize and make it up to you for such a stressful entrance into the school. And she steps to the side and holds her hand out to ask you to come with her.
I'm hesitant, but I follow.
Okay, so she tells you you're not allowed to have any armor, but you may carry your weapons if it makes you feel comfortable.
Okay.
So you walk through, and there's a few students and stuff standing around. As you come out, they said in the future you'll need to know that the common room is down the hall this direction, but we're heading to the other part of the building. We're heading to the teachers' wards. Many of the teachers that live here stay in this ward. So they go through. So you walk through and you see this arena being cleaned, and you see in a couple buildings there is like a cemetery-looking thing that's a mausoleum-like that's in the cemetery. And eventually you get to the back section between the building. The building's like a great big U. So the front face and it goes back, and you came from one of the U's going back, and then the others are where classes are. But down below now there's a bunch of houses and stuff, like some nice houses. Some of them are very similar to like what you were imagining. It would be nice to have your own. And you come up and you see a house and has like a flaming sword, like glowing, on the door. The lady comes and the door just opens up, and inside is another lady, and it's like welcome, Master Corella. We are to serve your wishes until the master of the house gets here. He is leaving today for important business. And he asks you if you could stay here until opening ceremonies tomorrow. Apparently there is a storm coming in, and that they're trying to make sure everyone is safe and sound. They take you into the place and said, this is your room while you're here. And when you go in, there's this large room. It's larger than your dorm room by a lot, but there's a great bed with tapestries. There's silky sheets and silky flowing stuff. There's a nice window that you can see out, and you can see the grounds and things like that too. There's a great bathtub that you can get clean. You've probably never seen anything quite like this. It leads you to this nice dining room that could seat 8 to 10 people, and there's a full spread of food. And they said eat whatever you want, as long as if you wish it, we will make sure to get it for you while you're here as you're a guest of the house. After all, it's like we do not have many guests of the Hexblade. So, they said we will have guards posted outside. We are concerned after the events of yesterday. We've had reports of tiefling violence throughout the area. So until we can make sure that it is safe in the dorms for you, we're offering you this special cottage and the protection of the Hexblade.
Okay.
So it's relatively fine. Like I said, you can do whatever you want in here. Like I said, you can take a nice bath. You can, there's a study with books. I don't know, you can read to a point. It's like you never had official schooling, so I'm assuming that you've self-taught yourself and stuff like that. But there's a lot of things that you can't read because it's just like it
I
just
can
looks
have
like.
them read it to me though.
If you could ask them or whatever, if there's certain books, some of it looks like chicken scratch. There's multiple languages and stuff in there, but you're good enough with common that you're okay. Like you have been taught by other thieves like Cants and things like that, but I'm going to tell you now, if you look through the place, you won't find anything that of any like thieves' cants or stuff like that. If you explore, like I said, you have a whole day.
I'm taking a bubble bath.
Alright, so you go through. I will say one thing: when you get in the bubble bath, there's a great storm that rolls through. I'm telling you, it's massive storm. Yeah, it's a huge storm. If you ever look out the windows or whatever, you'll occasionally see people running around because there's a great commotion down towards the Hubshan Lake or whatever. But it's not a big deal. Like I said, they ain't coming to bother you. They ain't loud enough to really.
I'm just enjoying the view.
Yeah, you can see them, but it's not like it's even loud. Like it's quite quiet. You're so surprised, even though it's this great, massive storm. It hardly makes any noise against the windows, or it's, the windows are thick and not your problem, right? So, but you can go around anywhere you want and stuff like that. So the first day, like I said, it's nothing crazy happens. They bring as much food as you want. Anything you ask, they keep the table stocked. They come in and they clean the bathroom up. Like you don't have to do anything. They're
I don't
like,
ever want to leave.
These people do anything you want.
I don't ever want to leave.
So the storm eventually passes, and a couple people come in, and of course the people that's been coming in, you could talk to. They'd always talk to you if you wish to talk. They very rarely call first, other than just like, hey, is there anything you need? But eventually they come in and said you will be having a guest. It's like we are looking forward to having a special guest of the Masters come today, and the Masters should be here soon too. I will say the one thing with your passives, your passive stats and stuff like that, you notice the door changes. Like
the door that
the main door,
okay.
it had a sword on it.
Okay.
And it is changed to a bathtub.
Okay.
So and above it is a great storm, and for some reason you feel that there is It looks like a turtle swimming in the bathtub.
Okay.
So, and with this, we pop to the outside, and we're going to go to Colin. So Colin has made his way back into school. Many of your friends have been that are okay have been sent to their rooms. But you did do a lot to explore and stuff like that, and you used your Fae powers a lot. So you're weak, and your Fae is quite weak. And someone comes up to you, and they're like, we need you to come with us. There's someone at the school who feels that they need to speak to you after your last ordeal. So it didn't really sound. I'm just saying your past. It doesn't really sound like it's it's asking. It sort of sounds like it's telling.
I was gonna say. I mean, at that point, I'd probably be too weak to resist anyway.
Yeah, it's just everything you went through. The storm and going through the caverns. It's not like you all had food or hardly anything with it. So that whole ordeal. So you were taken to a house in the back. You've been back through here before, but you go to again one of these nice little pavilions, this ward, and you come up to a door, and it has a bathtub with a turtle, and a storm on there, and they're like, this is your ward to recover. You have a guest in there. Please be kosher until the master and the professors come to speak to you. Okay. If there's anything you need, let us know. So you go in, and there's a great hallway, and at this point, I guess you hear eating, and
no table manners.
Yeah. Oh, no table manners. It's just. Are you licking your fingers like? Yeah. Yeah. So you come around the corner, and there sits a tiefling.
Okay.
So do you
chewing on a chicken?
Are you gnawing on a chicken bone?
Yes.
Yeah. So leaving nothing on there. So I don't know how you feel about tieflings. A lot of people sometimes are little leery.
I'm like prejudiced.
There's a varying scale, but prejudice doesn't mean that some people are still cautious. But assume that you don't. So you're not scared or whatever.
No, I think that's one of the his main things is he treats everyone equally until he at least gets to know them.
So okay. So you come in, and there is another person in the room. It's like one of the attendants, and they're like, Master Colin, is there anything that you'd like us to add to the table? While we wait.
So what's on there? Just like an assortment of foods.
Yeah,
there's chicken.
There's a lot of stuff. So.
No, that's fine.
So there's very fruits and vegetables and all sorts of stuff. And of course, there's chicken. There's probably some pork, some meats, and other things if you didn't want to eat the meats as much or whatever too. Your little Fae is messing with some of the animals. I think she's naming the names of them. It was when they were alive. You can't see his Fae.
Is his Fae the blue thing?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
You can't see.
So I can't see that.
No one can other than me.
Yeah. So no. So, but yeah, you hear weird names. So she's literally the dead animals. She's like
that's a pigeon.
It's like this was so and so's name when they were alive.
Oh, they.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's not naming what they are.
Okay.
She's like
This was Petey the pigeon.
Yeah.
Yeah. That type of thing. So.
Way to turn a guy to a vegetarian.
So do you take a seat?
I'll take a seat.
Okay, so now I just put you there for now. Like you're across the way. Do you want to be directly across from her? Because again, you don't know her name and she doesn't know yours.
I mean, I think her being the only person in there, that I'll just take a seat across from her. I feel like that's the polite thing to do.
Because
we can have a face-to-face conversation.
Yeah, neither of you are sitting at the heads of the table, so you assume it's probably for the master or whoever's coming in to talk to you.
Hello, how are you?
I grab all my food and push it closer to me.
Do you growl at him?
I give him a dirty look.
Hungry are we?
I don't get food like this often.
Understandable. I promise I won't take it.
You can roll insight on that if you wish,
Oh, what's the inside?
just to see it.
I'm not lying.
Yeah, so there's plenty of food there, and he doesn't. You watch him. He's not really seemed that interested in the food for whatever reason. He's looked at some of the other food and sort of had funny looks. It was probably when your Faye was was naming it, but he wasn't looking. It wasn't eating any of your stuff. But
Oh, I ate Petey the pigeon.
no, but you don't feel you don't feel threatened by that he'll take anything that is now yours.
Okay.
Are you wearing like a hood or anything? Or like...
I don't think so. I don't have no armor or something on. It's just normal clothes, right?
I mean, I know, but like...
Yeah, it's like
Yeah,
you're
so
under.
Is that how do you dress? Like...
Yeah, like describe what
Cause-
your
I'm kind of
casual,
ruggy, so I could see myself in
Like-
like a hooded.
like a nice potato sack with a hood.
Call me poor, why don't you? Yeah, something like that.
Well,
Okay.
A
Because
hood
like...
to where like it's kind of like you can see my face, but you can't really see my.
Okay. Because that is accurate to how I look, is like I cover my face in game.
I'm in this picture. I can't see it on fire and stuff.
Well, yeah, but like
But yeah, we'll
I keep
say
it
like
covered 90% of the time.
we'll say like a hood. You can't see my horns. I think I have horns.
yeah, you do have horns.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I was wondering about.
Yeah, you can't see my
But
horns.
what color tiefling are you?
I've still got to change the color.
So what
Did
color?
you say blue? Did you say
Yeah,
blue?
blue.
I think
Okay.
you said blue.
So could I do like some kind of check? Because maybe if she's blue, maybe I think she's like a drow or something.
Okay, yeah, because if you really can't see the horn, now
Yeah.
it can't. So I won't say that you can't see your eyes, because that's the
Yeah,
tiefling.
that's a big
that's
giveaway.
that's the giveaway that they glow. Your eyes glow as a tiefling.
Awesome.
Yeah, they always
Like red or yellow
yeah.
or something.
Yeah, like there's 3 different
There's
shades.
demon eyes.
Yeah, like they're your eyes are
Can
basically
I have
black.
white? Can I have white glowing eyes?
Sure, I'll let you do white, but your pupils, what's white in us are black, and then it glows the iris.
Yeah.
I just want pure white eyes.
That's fine.
Okay.
So just remember that thing. So that's okay.
So perception then?
Yep.
Or investigation?
Oh, what are you investigating for?
I'm honestly just trying to see any clues I can ascertain about her. Like, obviously, what race she is, and like maybe
Yeah, because
what her clothes look like and stuff. I'm just trying to get a general idea of her.
Apparently, it's a potato sack.
well, I'm just giving an equivalent. It's basically got some arm, like your arms are free.
Yeah.
It's an underclothes. It's
Like
just
a
underclothes.
cloak? Would that be a?
Well, I'd say that you probably have your cloak, but then you since you don't have armor on, it's what you would wear under your normal leathers and your other stuff. So again, potato sack is probably nicer than a lot of people actually had for that. But it's pretty much it. It's like your arms are through and your legs are through. It's it's like a tunic. Think of it as like a tunic with holes.
Okay. So he can see my skin color at least.
Yeah, so he can
Okay.
see it. So that's what he's rolling for to see.
So investigation or perception?
I'd investigate because you're trying to figure out what she is. So you're investigating the race.
So I have advantage against fiends to do investigations. A little dirty 20.
All right. Well, is it just fiends?
No, it's fiends and a couple other things. Like
so
fiends, fays.
So because technically drow and elves are fae-ish too. So because logically, if it you would know that it's not.
It's fey, fiends, and undead.
Okay. Well, since you can't see her horns or her eyes and stuff like that, but you don't feel that she's fae, she's definitely not undead. So she's not like fae, like drow, because drow are very prevalent through here.
Yeah.
And that her mannerisms, in fact, is she's making sure her eyes are hidden and her head are hidden. It's a very common thing for tieflings
Okay.
to do.
So I can safely assume she's probably a tiefling.
Like,
Or a shady character, one or the other.
yeah.
Okay.
Or that she's hiding.
Can I press the digitation gust of wind and like
Are you wanting me to hate you?
blow
That's how you're gonna make me
blow
hate
her
you.
hood just a little bit? You wouldn't know.
Are you trying to give like a little puff
Just
up?
a little lift up.
You can try, but I'd probably let her do a perception roll against it to see, because she's been here for a little bit.
Okay.
Not that you know, like you don't know how long. She, as far as you know, she may have just been here just
Okay.
just like
Maybe
right
there's a
for-
draft in the house.
Alright, so go ahead and try. And
18.
all right, so
what do you want me to roll? Because it's just like a. It's
well,
not an attack roll.
well, it's not. It's just using because let's see, because common. Where's common at?
Should be near the top.
Yeah, there you are. Because you're. So I'm going to use your passive investigation. So you're doing enough. I'm going to say it doesn't really. It sort of flaps the eyepiece back because she's had.
Yeah, it's a full hood.
It's secure. She's done this a lot of her life to keep.
Gotcha.
So if anything, it would maybe slightly low. So you'd probably see the possibility of a glowing eye.
Okay.
Because even then, I wouldn't think that if she didn't want her eyes, so she's going down. Because you're going against her things that she's really good at, her stealthiness and her sleights of hand.
I gotcha.
So since it's 18, you feel the gust of wind. The reason why he saw so little is because you're going to be able to adjust quick enough that he may or may not saw the glowing eyes.
Wow, that's a heck of a draft in here.
I'll just continue eating.
Maybe it's from the movement of the.
Yeah, you're eating so fast.
He's like,
Y'all don't judge me!
he's like, it's good.
Um,
The poultry is.
so are
spectacular.
you a student?
Yes.
Awesome. I'm surprised I haven't seen you around the school.
You literally just got here yesterday, so.
I just got here yesterday. How long have you been here?
Enrolled here, or how long have I known the school was here?
So using your passive insight, because Corella's passive insight's a 15. So you're you can tell that
There's more.
he
to
sort
it
of
than
deflected to it. So he's insinuating, since he asked both, there must be two answers.
that. Both.
As far as a student, I haven't been here long.
Now, technically, you want to know the truth? It's 2 days. You've been here 2 days.
But as far as being in and or around the school, I'd say a couple years now.
How many? Roundabout number.
10 years or so.
Why?
Well, that's a very interesting story.
We have time.
I would be pleased to share this story, but I don't think we've been acquainted yet. My name is Conlon.
I'm Creella.
It's nice to meet you, Creole. My father is actually one of the instructors at the school.
Can I just scoff immediately that he has a father?
Yeah. So I guess you could think poor of him that he actually.
How dare you have parents?
Yeah.
Literally.
It's like
Piece
how
of crap.
yeah.
So you like you
I just,
audibly
okay,
scoff?
I'm just gonna scoff and be like, "Oh, you have a father?"
You want insight on that one?
No, because I'm gonna be like, well, I do, but we don't get along very well.
How does that change your opinion of anything?
At least you have one.
Does it make you madder that he's like he doesn't appreciate his?
I mean,
Yes!
he hasn't been in my life for many years now. By my choice, anyway.
At least you have one.
Well, you know, fathers like mine, maybe you should be grateful you didn't have one.
Can I hit him?
What is with your kids hating each other?
No.
It's just I'm trying to be so nice.
You just said I better be grateful I don't have a dad.
I'm insulting my dad, not you.
But she's an orphan. She wished she just had the
But
opportunity.
My door was a house.
He doesn't know that, and just well, the thing is, your passive insight's not very good. So I don't know if you'd be picking up that fact if she's.
You should be
picking
grateful that you have parents.
up. That's pretty.
I agree. My mother's a great woman.
I think that was pretty much a, hey, I don't have parents. You know.
I
Yeah.
dumbed it down for you.
That was a deflection. Huh?
Yeah, but I think that's yeah. So yeah, so you definitely know that like that's a touchy subject.
Correct.
So
So what brings you here? Where even is here?
I thought you could tell me.
I have no clue. My presence was requested here after a long mission that I was on, and I needed to rest a little. I was hoping you could tell me where this place was.
It's in the back of the school.
And that's more than what I knew. I mean,
oh yeah, you were a little bit out of it. You know, they
Yeah.
just took you.
So a mission for what?
there was a giant turtle. It was very cold. Our teacher that was on the mission with us, as far as I know, has perished. It's a very dangerous mission.
So it's your second day and you already killed a teacher. Great.
I didn't kill them.
You assisted.
No, I assisted in trying to find them.
So
I even assisted in giving this giant turtle its eggs back.
Are these teachers not supposed to be like high and mighty? How did a turtle kill a teacher?
It was a big turtle. It was a really big turtle. It's like bigger than most of the ships you've
All right,
probably seen.
I want like roll insight.
Me?
Yeah, Krella, do that because you've been
13.
That's high enough. Like he must be referring to the dragon turtle that's in the lake through there. You know, the people talk about it all the time. You've probably lost thief friends, or you know, because they'll hire people from the slums and other stuff to go do dangerous fishing.
So, well, I kind of put it together. That was like what the commotion was out the bath.
Like if you thought of like you're using your stats, if you just thought about that yourself, then definitely because you have your insight is very high. So yeah, so like you don't have to roll for that. That's definite.
Okay. So did this happen like last night?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I was watching it as I was taking a bubble bath.
Very different
Her skin is
environments. But glad you were safe.
For once.
So, but again, she's very clean. Like I said, your clothes have been tended to and everything. One of the butlers comes in. Well, I'm just saying butlers, servants, whatever we want to call these attendants. Come in and says the master is on his way. Please stay here, and he'll be here soon.
Excuse me, before you leave, who are we waiting on exactly?
It's like the greatest professor of them all at the school. And he walks out.
I roll my eyes. I'm already.
Why'd you roll your eyes?
Did you say it out loud?
Yes.
Then before he can answer, it's like a voice comes behind him. Because some people don't know how to appreciate the greatness that they come from. And there stands a man. So he's got this sort of this scale mail type armor that's through, and below he has a sword that's through, and there's even a shield sort of attached to it, so that way he could like a little buckler that he can sort of get out and use it as a disc to throw. But the sword just sort of stands out too, because that was the sword that was on the door when you got
Before the turtle bathtub?
yeah, before it changed. So he walks in and he sort of takes his sword off, and I'm glad I had the lid on that. Well, Layla had been wet. And he hands his sword to the attendant. And the attendant stands behind him. I just don't feel like putting a figure there. And he stands there holding the sword.
It just stands there, doesn't move or nothing.
Yeah, like so there's a guy behind him.
He's the sword holder.
Yeah,
That's his official
yeah.
title.
So he like it won't. It's within arm's reach of.
She gets so offended.
Yeah. So he's just there holding he's just holding the sword like this.
Okay, so let me ask you this question.
Are you talking to me?
Yes.
Me is me.
No,
or me
this is
her?
this is in person. This is theoretical stuff. We're not talking in game right now.
All right,
Alright,
put
so-
your hand on your head then.
Yeah. So
Well, I touched my head.
hand on head.
I'll take my hat off because I don't feel like holding my hand up
Yeah.
here the whole time.
Yeah. Well,
I'll
that
take my
works.
hat
That
off.
works.
So, like, you coming from poverty and nothing, how do you feel about my dad treating this dude like that?
If it pays the bills, it pays the bills. At least he's getting paid.
Yeah.
Well, family should be a touchy subject. I can understand if you get upset at the fact that he didn't like his dad, and here's a dad treating because your parents ain't around, so that could be.
So basically, these two
At this
characters
point,
ain't
though,
like
do
each
I
other.
know that this is his dad?
No, not yet.
Okay, so.
Well, yeah, because
But-
they would have similarities.
Well,
My face is covered up.
yeah, let's
Yeah,
face
I don't
covered
see
up.
his face.
And you can't. And he's got a hat on, so he's not relaxed himself.
He's-
But the statement of the guy coming in, I will let you roll an insight roll on that, Corella can, to see if you picked up, because he just said he doesn't appreciate coming.
17.
That's pretty high. Like you might.
So can I say, I take it you two know each other?
That's a good one.
Something like that.
You say you should. After all, I put him in his mother.
God.
Tell you,
Mother,
like,
please don't talk about Mother when she isn't around.
I'd say it if she was here.
Father, so that's your daddy?
Unfortunately.
He says, I agree. He said, but sadly, I have to be a father today. Much to my dismay. He said, I have called you both in here because of my informants have told me there is a plot to
He already is.
possibly assassinate a student here during opening ceremonies, which is in the morning.
Okay.
The opening ceremonies, apparently they want to cause commotion, and that my informants have told me that they're targeting someone that either is considered not of this plane. He looks at that includes tieflings and those fey touched. So, to protect two of our new students, I am locking you in here until after opening ceremonies. We do not know if this has infiltrated the school, but if they intend to assassinate someone in the opening ceremonies, I will make sure that I am the only target that they are capable of doing. It would not look very good on me if I allowed my son to die, or one of the few extraplanar students that we've had in a while.
Well, Father, this sounds like a great plan, but
I agree.
why just the two of us?
You're the only two that seem to qualify the reports. So apparently the Plane Watch, as they call themselves, are looking to rid the evils of extraplanetary planes from the school. So if you two are not targets, which we're assuming they're going to attack students, easy targets, it's going to be either me or Professor Retina that they will target. And what will this be to them if they think they can do anything against me and Retina?
Oh,
Who's Retina? Who are you?
I am the Master Professor Dagon. You've met my spawn.
So when he announces who he is, I'm gonna press the digitation, and little fireworks are gonna go off above his head to make him feel all special.
You enjoy that so much.
I love prestidigitation.
Yeah, you enjoy that so much. He says, my son apparently still likes to be a prankster and still avoids his major responsibilities of inheriting the Hexblade. Instead, he's found a pale imitation in his Fae that he thinks is so special.
Well, Father, if you want to talk about responsibilities, I think you're taking those away from me by locking me in this place.
I'm locked in here too. You don't hear me complaining.
Well, again, back if we were going to really talk about responsibilities here, then I have a responsibility to look out for my friends as well. And they're not here, so...
It's like, your friends will be fine. They will be surrounded by teachers. But how do we know that your friends aren't the ones that will be driving the knife into your back? Either of you.
Okay, so even if that was the truth, then wouldn't that make it easier to just set a trap for them?
I appreciate your gusto on the trap, but there have already been measures to hopefully keep them from making their way into the school. But I am putting, after I leave here, I'm putting things in place to guarantee both of your all's safety. And that hopefully on the morrow, this time tomorrow, you both will be safe and can return to your student obligations.
Do I have to go back to that tiny dorm?
That's like, sadly, yes. But until tomorrow, you may enjoy the beds that I've prepared and all the luxuries of this enchanted hut. So like, only those that are allowed in can come in, and sadly, only those that I allow out are allowed out. And right now, neither of you may be out.
And so who is allowed in?
So right now, just the attendants, which are all level 12 students here.
And you trust them? What's to say one of them is not the assassin?
Because if they try to assassinate you in this house, they will melt.
Oh.
It's like that. It's like these tentacles will spring from the ground, wrap around them, and melt them down into puddles of pudding. And they all know that.
Pudding.
It's like you can look at the facial expression of the one holding the sword. Just
And he can't see my face either, right?
he knows because of his patron, but he
Okay.
can't see it unless he could. There are spells that would let him see, but right
But
now
just on a normal basis he can't.
no.
Okay.
He knows it's there.
He can feel its presence.
Yeah,
Okay.
because he can feel your weak pack. He's already commented on it. So.
Yeah. Okay.
So not to interrupt this like lovely family reunion that y'all have been having.
I wouldn't say lovely.
Let's
But
not
continue.
interrupt.
He
Let's
goes-
not interrupt.
So Dagon does prestidigitation over you, and it looks like it's raining on him.
What's with the pot in the middle of the room?
Oh, this is a neocom. After tomorrow, you will be given your own neocom after the opening ceremonies. But I cannot give that to you yet until the orb of knowledge passes them out. But if you need something, go over to the neocom, press it, and ask a question or say a statement, and believe me, it will get to me within seconds.
Hand on it. Is that what I tried to steal the first time?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh.
You should recognize it.
Yep.
I was little minnow since
Yeah,
I stole it.
But yeah,
so.
so that's it. So it's like it is also observing everything that you do in the house.
That's creepy.
So, and there is one in every room.
Even the bathroom.
Well, I'm sure they got an interesting view of the bubble bath.
Big blue ass, right? With a tail.
Well, Father, I can't say this has been entertaining. But with your permission, I will go about my business.
Yep.
You should be nicer to your father.
So, he stands up and grabs a piece of chicken, and you hear something about Frida from your face. As he takes a bite.
Frida.
And he takes his hex blade, he pulls it out and slams it together, and black tentacles come up from the ground and pulls him down. And it's like, he like you all are left there with the attendant. The attendant says, again, if you need anything, ask the Neocom or ask us. From this point on, like me and the other attendant will not be leaving. So there's a room for both of you, and they will be attending anything that you need.
I'm gonna like turn to my Faye and whisper, obviously, because I have to say it out loud. I'm like, when am I gonna get to do cool stuff like that?
She says, I didn't know that you could. It's like, I'll work on that.